One love, one love, one love, one love, one love. There's only one love. The L, the O, the V, the E.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another day, another Saturday morning. Thank you for all of y'all joining us once again. So, as you know, it's me, Timbo, all day, ready to join by the crew. We got Caliber TV,
What's
Young
happening,
Third.
y'all? Blessings on blessings.
Today, Mac isn't able to make it. However, we got most of the crew here today, and we got an action packed episode for y'all today. Everything from cognizant dissonance, what's going on at this Thanksgiving break, as well as just keeping your mental stable. So, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back again. We made it. Third, you are on mute, sir.
I am on mute. Your microphone has been unmuted by producer. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
What up? What's happening?
So, yeah. We got another week. How y'all want to start it? You guys want to get straight into praise reports and such?
What has the Lord done? What have the Lord done?
So, all right, you guys all go ahead, start it out, bro.
No, I'm gonna need y'all niggas started. Go ahead now.
Nah, 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 nah.
Well,
Go ahead.
look, I started off like always, man. You know me. I always give thanks for the simple things, man. Always praise report for waking me up this morning. Praise report for letting me be able to take a shower and brush my teeth, comb my hair. You know what I mean? It's some people that can't do that, man. It's a lot of people that can't do that. So, praise to the Most High for all of that. And just breathing, being able to breathe, man. Sure, simple as that.
Man, always a good one, brother. Always a good one. Shit, I guess I'm on the spot then for my praise report. Um, shoot, it's been a lot of stuff going on this week. My homie Cali back in Cali. Hey, that's my praise report, man. And it's been legit, man. Like I'm always happy to have my people back. She was down in New Orleans for a few years and shit. And this my she back. Been motivated since she been back. We've been collabing and working on things. Um, so I'm happy as hell, man. And then always praise report for this pod growing, building, more people tapping in, being interested. What up, Smack Boys? It's always a blessing to see you. Shalom, Mott. And yeah, that's my praise report, man. The pod growing and niggas are staying consistent. And the team keep getting reunited. Cali home, you know what I'm saying? That nigga Q on the way back home. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of blessings on blessings on blessings, man. How
Facts.
about you, Timbo all day, Big General Get Butt. Right there.
So, my praise report. Actually, I got a couple of them today. Okay, so first and foremost, Job gave a nigga a $200 gift card. That's always a good thing.
Hey.
Second off is I had bought some shoes the other day, and they got delivered to my old housing address. And I called multiple times to like, hey, can I get this resent? Can I get this resent? Well, they issued me a refund, and I knocked on the door to my old apartment, and the lady was like, yeah, the shoes, handed them right over to me. So free pair of shoes.
Hey, you can't beat it.
Hey,
Oh
right.
yeah.
You
So
can't
yeah,
beat
it's
it.
something simple, but
Yeah.
it's
Hey, all praise, man.
heck yeah. So as y'all know, like the next part that we've established on this channel is to kind of tell me anything, where we go over current events. What the hell is happening
Mm,
in the world? Last week it was the government opened up. One of my tell me anything moments is this bitch Marjorie Taylor Greene.
mm.
The fuck you mean you been DRing this nigga Trump this whole time? And then it comes out that he been DSing on the ex president.
Wait, look, that's my tell me anything. You cutting in on my tell me anything. Like, tell me anything. You mean this nigga Bill was getting shined off by motherfucking goddamn DJ? DJ giving BJs? What are we?
DJ giving BJs.
Anything.
Trump hit him with the bump.
Giving BJs, boy. They out here, boy. Like you mean, like this nigga Alex Jones never lied to us. Is that what's going on here? I think we need to reopen the Sandy Hook thing because, goddamn, I remember Alex Jones telling us that Trump was sucking Bill Clinton dick at the goddamn Bohemian Grove way back in the day.
Facts.
Whole time,
Whole time.
bruh. Tell me anything. These niggas out here busy running the country whole time. They out here sucking each other dick. I'm a Republican. He's a Democrat. We don't like each other. I like the guy. Been blowing him for years. Turns out. Tell me any motherfucking thing. God damn.
It's crazy, man. You know, we really don't know if it's. I mean, shit could be true, shit couldn't be true. But with AI out here, you know what I mean,
Bruh.
doing all kind of stuff.
When Cat Williams went on Shannon's show and opened that motherfucking portal, Cat.
I mean, we all know that, you know what I'm saying, the higher ups, they do that kind of weird shit, though. We do know
I
that.
believe it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me anything, and I will believe you. You know what I'm saying? Lie to me. Act like I believe anything. I will. At this point, I subscribe to everything. It's so bad. And I'm like, yep, I believe it.
I believe it. You got to prove it. You got to prove it didn't happen more than you got to prove it happened to me right now.
It's ugly out here, bro. I believe it. I'm a believer. You did.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit is what it is, though, man.
They said Ghislaine Maxwell did have a horse named Bubba. Oh my God, it gets worse. I said, what do you mean she has a horse named Bubba?
So was it the horse or was it Bill? Either way,
was blowing a horse named Bubba, which what? Where he was blowing the guy that we all call Bubba, which is motherfucking Bill Clinton.
So which one's better?
Only other famous Bubba I know is Allen Iverson, and if we're at that point,
and Bubba.
See, that's a fictional character though. The only real one I know that's really known as Bubba is Bubba Chuck. And if it's at that point, then all my heroes just throw it all out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already over. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what world I live in. What do you mean the first black president was getting this shit blown by Trump?
Y'all stupid.
Nah, he was a cultural appropriator, bro. I can't even give him that.
I'm saying I would like to get rid of this whole black president joke and everything. We got to throw it all away. We got to strip him of all the titles, the cookout, everything. We don't care how
doing so well.
But is it like, okay, is this like what everybody wants to talk about though? You want to talk about Donald Trump blowing Bill Clinton? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to talk about, like, you know what I'm saying, some real shit that's really going on? Like, who gives a fuck? There's a lot of gay ass motherfuckers out here. There's a lot of gay people out here that's blowing each and everybody. So,
well, yeah, but it's fucking up my mental health when these motherfuckers are in charge of every fucking thing that matters to me. Like, you mean to tell me, like, you control where my tax dollars go? Didn't none of us vote for Ukraine? Didn't none of us vote for the shit that's going on in Israel? Because I'm in Palestinians, but yeah, y'all can suck dick and then point fingers at who's fucking up the country. Y'all was fucking up the country while sucking dick.
Is this? We really have to talk about this, which is what's crazy. Like,
yes,
we're not being conspiratorial or like off brand or something. Like, this is the actual topics of news in our lifetime. Like, what was happening in your lifetime, Dad? Oh wow,
we found out the president.
That was pretty wild. Yeah. Bill was getting his dick sucked by Trump too.
Now we know why the government shutdown happened. Now we know why the Epstein files haven't been released.
Then they saying they about to tell me anything. Y'all about to release them.
Yeah.
Y'all been telling me y'all about to release them since motherfucking, just keep telling me any old fucking thing, I guess. I'll keep holding
that shit ain't gonna get released, bro. All that shit is all of them. It's all of them that's in that shit, bro. It's everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's gonna get told on. Why the fuck would that shit get released and everybody gonna get told on?
Come on.
It don't make no sense. So they keep saying, the Epstein files, this shit been going on for the last 5 years.
And speaking of like collective cognitive dissonance, it seems that like you could talk to anybody. Like this us three talking about it, You could choose any random 3 people that you knew that don't even know each other and had this conversation. Everybody had the same understanding, right? That like the left side and the right side is the same side. Everybody's against this. They're all weirdos and pedophiles. They've all created a bunch of ways to steal our fucking money. And the cognitive dissonance of it all is just that like we'll finish saying all that shit and be like, hey, yes, now I gotta get ready and go to work.
To pay these people
To
who
pay
have
You know
the
what I'm
banks in
saying?
their pocket, who have
Hey, we be like, man, I'm out here getting fucked over and robbed motherfucking blind, man. So anyway, so the kid got a birthday coming up, and I gotta figure out how to put together $2,500 to pay for this shit.
mm,
We so busy trying to figure out fucking life and shit like that that like niggas started a whole war over a fucking what was it, like a 2% tax at one point. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker like we got all the way to the point where we get whooped every day and we get made a mockery of every day, and we be like,
right.
yes, it's next. And like we know it, and then we'll still be like, and go vote, it's important. Like we know Nancy Pelosi is up $400 billion right now off of insider trading from inside of Congress. And like, make sure
Yeah.
you vote her back in because we can't let the other side get inside of it. Or what? They're gonna make $400 billion for themselves too, and she ain't doing shit for nobody. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, I'm gonna go in here and like vote for what or who, my nigga. When I go look at the bills, I hate to be the pod just telling people not to vote, but
nah,
anything, like because at this point, it's nothing on there that behooves me. I read everything. You know what I'm saying? I looked it over, and it was like, do you want to get fucked from the back? Do you want to get fucked sideways? Do you want to cross your legs together and hold them over your head? Do you want to get put in a Phil Nelson while you get fucked? And it was all just different ways of ass fucking me, but it was nothing that was like, yeah, that's going to be good for the community.
pause. But I
But
get where
look,
you're
but
going.
look, I get what you're saying though. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a thing of like compounding. You know what I mean? Like all these years that we haven't voted, and that we have been saying this, that we have been like, oh, this shit don't matter to us. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter for us. They've been sneaking in these little tidbits in there and shit. Like, oh yeah, these niggas ain't finna vote anyways. So once you really get it to where it's like, okay, you know, because we don't understand politics or whatever, you know what I mean? The whole shebang. Now it's coming to where like, yeah, they are adding stuff now that doesn't even matter to us. Now you're looking at it. Now you're actually reading it and looking at it, and it's like, I'm gonna get fucked from the front or the back. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? Am I?
Well,
You know,
it's even
this is
deeper than
really a
that.
douchebag in a turd sandwich. Like every bill, I'm not even talking about the people. I'm not talking
No,
about people versus people. I'm talking about the actual fucking bills. You
but
know what
that's a
I'm saying?
big fucking problem, though, right there. Is first and foremost on almost every bill that they're voting on, it's multiple issues. You know what I mean? Like they'll have an issue on there talking about, oh, we're going to raise taxes for this, but in order to do that, we're going to send more money over to Ukraine, and we're going to have to cut this and this. So it's like, yeah, I do want to raise social
Yeah,
services. I don't
yeah. So
want to spend my money over to Ukraine,
and
but
all this
this,
extra shit about motherfucking, like now, and also they fitted in there that we got to lock up an extra 200,000 people in the state and make sure that, like, how did that slide into this side of the bill?
that's what
bingo.
I'm saying.
It's nothing
Like,
we should vote on. Should be it should all be single issue issues.
exactly, they will
Yeah,
shove so much side bullshit into there when you start reading it, and you like, wait a minute, but then
yeah,
why does it make the water company cost $700 more a year?
yeah,
That is, I thought we was talking about like human rights or some shit. Like, how did you slide this into the bill? It's
yeah.
crazy.
It's a mind game, man. It's a mind game, and they're playing it very well. Because I remember in California a few years back, they had a something on the ballot where yes mean no and no means yes. And
Yep.
that was kind of crazy though to me because I was reading, I was really confused, but I kept reading it and kept reading. I was like, so no means yes, and yes means no in this particular, you know what I mean, in this particular vote right here. And I was just like, all right, I guess so. And then they also snuck in the tax of the 10 cent per bag too.
Mm-hmm.
That was under that. Like, that's what you were saying though, Timbo. You were saying like how they adding stuff into it. Like that
Mhm.
Yeah.
was underlying, uh, underlying damn, what am I trying to say? A vote. You know what I mean? It was a part of a regular vote, but then it was something underlying that okay, if we
Yeah.
voted yes on this, then they were going to add the 10 cent of the tax. But then
Yeah,
also,
sorry.
freeways and stuff too. Like they always do that stuff too with the freeways, talking about oh, we're going to need funding for the freeways, um, 200 million for this freeway, but then we're going to spread it over 50 years or whatever. So then we're going to
Yeah.
raise up taxes for that and all that. So
And
But
you
you
look
know
into
what?
it, building a crossing for the mountain lions to cross across the top of the freeway, and that's 180 billion at a 390 billion-dollar bill and shit. Like, wait, but why?
How did the mountain lions even know how to use that trail? Like, first off, but the second off, like the second thing is this, right? This is what I'm looking at for that shit, right? Is hold on. So I think we talked about this years ago, and it was why is it that the politicians they should be making on average the average or the mean salary as their constituents, right? Because that shutdown didn't affect them. But if they're making, imagine if you're Nancy Pelosi, and maybe she's a bad example because her constituents all make 120, $200,000 based on where her district is.
Right.
But let's say you're at a district and I don't
Well,
know
shit,
what the
she
district
only
is.
makes $170,000 a year.
But so that's what I'm saying. But her district is a higher paid district. Let's say she was in a district in somewhere in West Virginia, one of
Or
the poorest
Mississippi.
states, or Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
Where the average, the mean is forty
Niggas
thousand
make
dollars.
$5,000 and shit.
Yeah, and you have to make that work. Like, what does that do to the nation? I guarantee you, we don't have a shutdown like that if you know they're not getting paid. I guarantee you, you get changes made in those cities and states because the people ain't
I
getting
doubt
paid.
it because look, they still doing insider trading on the goddamn stock market. Like Nancy Pelosi's $400 million isn't from working at the West Coast; it's from working there and knowing what the trades is going to be for what's about to go through or what's going to pass and what ain't and shit like that. So okay, take away my little sorry ass $40,000 check. I didn't come here for that shit anyway. I came here to fucking sit next to Nancy and learn how to fucking day trade.
But
You're here to get
that's
this
a different problem.
bill.
That's a whole different problem. Like,
If
should
you
they
want
be able?
like you saying, you gotta shut that shit down. Like you gotta shut down. You and your spouse can't do no stock market while you here, bro. I'm sorry.
But then is that government overreach? And is
Okay.
that
So there's the thing. We have how many years of data that shows that it ain't good? And we have how many years before the stock market existed when they couldn't do this that shows, hey, this place was doing the fuck okay. For the free people, they were pretty fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you guys didn't have no stock market to invest in and whoop the people with, and all the free people was pretty fucking happy with the system and how it was fucking going. And then we have all the years of you niggas being able to do this shit, and everybody that's free don't like this shit. So if it's at the expense of, you know what I'm saying? Like it just makes sense at a certain time. Like it's a lot of shit that's government overreach. The fact that I just got stopped at the checkpoint and asked if I was an American citizen was a fucking government overreach. That was against the Constitution. You get what I'm saying? But we allow that shit to happen every fucking day. So I don't like it when they give me an argument back at that shit when I'm trying to put something on them. No, fuck that. You didn't intrude it on all kind of my constitutional rights and shit like that. Y'all motherfuckers have a whole checkpoint set up for drunk driving. And that's fucking, intrusion. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for sure.
So, you know,
But so that leads to another topic. Something we were talking about behind the scenes was a little bit about self sabotage, and I think this is a good segue. Like, are we as Americans self sabotaging each other? Are we as Americans, and even individually as well as personally, right? Like that's
mm,
something I like to think about. Like one of the things that crosses my mind quite consistently is I remember this phrase: if you knock at the devil's door, you don't be surprised when he answers. And it could be anything as simple as, oh, I'm going to get fired, or I'm not going to get this promotion, I'm going to get in a car accident. And how many times have we all gone down that road? Like, I think that's a small aspect of self sabotage. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that, man?
Um, I think we have collective self sabotage as a people in a lot of ways. Um, I think that we as individuals, because of our survival instinct that we go through, like, okay, so we get stuck in like survival mechanism growing up, as far as like a symptom that I see amongst the black community, right? We learn how to survive in the area that we in. And once you master that shit, we have trouble growing past that and getting out of survival mechanism into thrive mechanism. And part of the shit that we pick up while we inside the survival mechanism is self-sabotage. And part of the reason that we pick up self-sabotage is because we're often dealing with survivor's remorse. I mean, because we go through and we see so much motherfucking traumatic shit while we in young stages of our life and shit like that. When we hit certain peaks inside of our life as we grow, we dealing with looking at, damn, I'm still here, I still made it. And a lot of niggas that started this journey with us in the sandbox with us, they ain't here and they didn't make it. So then we
Can you
start.
touch base on the survivor's remorse real quick? My bad.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So survivor's remorse is the idea that, like, let me personalize it. So I got a homeboy named Carlos. Carlos died when we was 18. I often think about the fact that, like, I got kids. I got to go see this place in the world. I got to grow in this way. I got to look at life through these different perspectives, and I look at the conversations and the perspectives that we had when we was a certain age, and he didn't get to do it. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel a type of way, um, because I survived and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to that story, a lot of events that was happening the night that he passed away, for why I feel like I should have been there. And the weird thing about survivor remorse is that, like, you have to start thinking about, like, okay, I could have been there, I could have did something, we could have still lost him, and I could have been sitting in jail for life, and everybody feel like they lost two niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to kind of deal with your survivor's remorse and be like, no, you're supposed to be here, keep pushing. You know, like what Nip say to his homie, if it was me, I'd tell you, nigga, live your life and grow. You know what I'm saying? So you try to tell yourself that shit and push through it. But what starts to happen is, sometimes when you're dealing with that from multiple experiences, you can find yourself self sabotaging yourself in different areas of your life, because, like, growing past where you are now is like that uncharted. Our nervous system is already wired to these reactions that we have for years and years and years. And maybe when we have a guest coming in, who, like, his area of medicine is like inside of mental health, and we're gonna have to kind of retouch some of this with him. But, like, our nervous systems be wired to handle what we've been able to handle when we go into these new places of handling things different ways, because everything is so uncharted. Sometimes we'll crash out, you know what I'm saying, and we will sabotage ourselves in order to go back into survival mode, into this place that's comfortable, even though it's the most uncomfortable shit. The chaos has become home and it's comfortable to us, you know what I'm saying, and these new places and these new things that we're trying to reach, they're unfamiliar. Our nervous system is tweaking out as we're going into these new places. And we have to figure out ways to try to sit there and be like, okay, we can handle this. We deserve this. That's another thing that starts to pop up, is imposter syndrome. You know what I'm saying? When you stepping out here, all of us as entrepreneurs and all of us is going into new places, you're going to face imposter syndrome. You feel like you're trying to, as I'm speaking right now, I'm exercising the demons of imposter syndrome, because we're in a space right now where we're speaking authoritatively about things that we know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I got so much shit in real life that's still fucked up with me. I'm hoping that I'm not coming off like a know-it-all, or like I got it all together or some shit like that. But I am trying to express this this idea of the way that I've been looking at life, and the way I've been experiencing life, and the symptoms that I see amongst myself and my peers. You know, and as we're going through, like, the 6 types of working geniuses, it started to make me think and, like, reflect, not just about the things that fit inside of the program of the 6 geniuses, but the whole spectrum of things that created those geniuses. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like the what are the kids calling it? Like the lore. of like the origin stories of how we ended up having those particular geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Like uh, they come from experiences that built us that way. You know, and it all ties in. It's all an amalgamation. And one thing that we trying to do on this pod is figure out how to have breakthroughs, and that's why we try to talk vulnerably about experiences and about what we've been through and and the whole goal for this is to collectively switch from this cognitive dissonance, from this collective uh, unawareness of and self-sabotaging and hiding in safe places because it feels safer there, and to have breakthroughs and go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of why I wanted to touch on this today, because I know that it's something that we've all struggled with, and I want to pass the floor over to you guys. I know I spoke a little bit longer than I was supposed to, but I kind of want your guys' take on this, and I also want Timbo to acknowledge some of the feedback that we get from our viewers as well.
Yeah, so Bernice Hall brought up when do we apply the know better, do better mentality? And what does that mean as us as a people, right? Like,
Mm.
I got something. So on this one, like in order to know better, to do better, it all starts with you yourself, right? And not just you yourself, but your community. Like it grows beyond just the you. If you know something you do is going to affect the other people in your life, you still have to take full accountability for that, for your actions, for the way you think, for the way you address certain circumstances. You
Right.
know what the cause and effect will be, especially after you've been on this planet from shit. Really, for probably by 30, you done seen most of it come and go. And you could kind of develop a pattern. And I'm also learning that even though I'm 40, I still don't know it all. And I think the first time I ever had to call my parents and be like, damn, y'all was right, was around like 28 to 30. I was like, damn, I didn't know this shit. But I don't know. That's my take on it. Caliber.
Um, yeah, man. It's a lot going through my mind right now as far as like the mental aspect. Well, first let me start off with Vernice Hall. That's great. Are we a product of our environment? Yes, I really believe that. You know what I mean? You're a product of your environment because if you put a black kid in China, he gonna grow up and speak Chinese. You put a white kid in India, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna grow up and speak Indian, right? So,
I don't
um,
know why he would want to do that, but
I
sorry.
mean, it's just it is what it is, right? So, uh,
I
I just
hate curry.
I just feel like this. I feel like this. My head hurts because we grew up and we went to school and we were told that our people were put on slave ships and shipped over here, right? So already there is like kind of a mental game. You know what I mean? When you go to school and you learning about this stuff, right? And then your people tell you the same thing, and then like my dad was born in the 40s, right? So you got to
Likewise.
think, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it like these are old heads that like they have seen a lot, been through a lot, and done a lot. And as a child, like you said, like you think you kind of know it all because you're coming into your own, you know what I'm saying, nuts hanging and all that stuff, and you think that chest poked out. But honestly, my dad used to tell me like you should watch, you know what I'm saying, all black folks should watch Roots. And I'm just going from black folks because this is, you know what I'm saying, this is what I know, right? So all
This is
black,
what we are.
yeah, this is what we are, right? So all black folks should watch Roots, right? So then when you watch Roots and you think about, you know what I mean, the stuff that's going on in there, it's kind of crazy too because Kunta Kinte was taken from his, you know what I'm saying, Africa, and when he came over, everything was already going already. You know what I mean? Like it was blacks over here, it was everything was already going. So that's the way they portrayed it. But again, like I said, it's a mental uh it's cognitive dissonance because I think that we have got used to the fact that we've already been told that, yeah, you know, your people are here and they've been slaves and all that stuff, but good thing you're not a slave. you're okay. You can change the narrative, and it's like it's not like that, man. All this stuff is still in our veins, it's in our blood, it's in our heart, it's in everything that we do. Everything that we do is from all of that. So I don't know, man. Maybe I might be going off to left field, but I just feel
Pause.
it's all jacked up.
Nah, man.
Thing.
Nah, that's actually something that I've been thinking on for quite a while, right? And what that was is, we all have different opinions and different views on who we are as Black people in this culture, in this country, right? And it comes from so many different places and so many different teachings, especially for our generation. And that, some of us say, oh, we're the Hebrew Israelites. Some of us say we are straight from Africa, African blood, African seed. Some of us say we're the natives who were originally here. But something I know, hey, hold on, the homie Q is calling right now. We're going to go live and bring him on the channel as we speak. Hold on, yo. Yeah, because he's going to be a big part of this channel going through.
You have a prepaid call from Clinton Moore, an incarcerated individual at San Quentin Rehabilitation Center, San Quentin, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call.
Can y'all hear it?
Accept this call.
Yeah.
Or dial. Thank you for using Global Tailwind. What's going on?
Hey, what's happening, bro?
Hey, Shalom, Mike. What's good?
What's going on?
Man, you live on the pod right now, bro.
Yeah, man. I know that voice.
Heck yeah. Man, we just sitting here talking about cognitive dissonance. We talking about imposter syndrome. We talking about getting ready to go into the Thanksgiving topic for the day, man. While we got you on the phone, what's some of your takes from it, man? Go ahead. We're gonna turn it over to you for the time we got.
Man, I'm sitting there thinking about that word cognitive dissonance. The first time I learned really what that meant was understanding that there was a part of me that wasn't lining up. So when I say wasn't lining up, like it's not in alignment. What I'm saying and what I'm doing are not in alignment. So as I get ready to move forward in life, I gotta really understand what it means to close that gap between what's the ideas that I have in life, what's the goals that I have in life, who is this person that I want to be, and what am I doing daily that is adding up to that? What's the sum game for me? So when I think about cognitive dissonance, man, I just think about how much of my life when I was really in my dysfunction, bro, it wasn't in alignment. I wanted to do this. I thought I was doing this. This is who I was. But in actuality, I was nothing of the sort. So it's how do I lift down that mask, put him down, and pick something up that's going to be valuable. So, I'm glad we're having conversations about really topics that, as a people, we don't really have those discussions about. Spend a lot of time talking about BS on the media, creative fashion, somebody else's business, but we ain't talking about our own business. And that's where it's really going to start. We want to start making changes. We got to start inside. We got to start really cultivating the atmosphere and the environment within ourselves that's going to allow the fruits to set forth that we really want to see. So let me hear a little bit about what y'all talking about, man, because I'm behind these walls, behind these bars, so
yeah,
I'm kind of tapping in. What's going on?
Nah, bro, you kind of hit the nail on the head, and we've all been. Ooh, I lost him. Tried to get him onto a large speaker. Lost him. No, I lost him. He'll call. He should call back.
Yeah.
He should call back. He's gonna ask about.
That's exactly what we talking about. Like, like self-reflection, bro. Like, it's a real powerful tool that we have to like learn how to use without beating ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times when we do start to self-reflect, we look at all these negative things that we don't like they're bigger than our ability to change it. So then we beat ourselves up and then don't change it. We carry this bag. Like my therapist, my been talking to me about this bag that I carry with me. You know what I'm saying? And it has to fit into every situation that I come into. I keep trying to bring this bag in the room and be like, no. And every time something happens, I'm like, oh, yeah, see? And I'm putting this in the bag, and then the bag gets bigger. You know what I'm saying? And I keep carrying this shit with me. And we got to figure out, at least, let me not project. I got to figure out how to stop carrying that bag with me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? How to stop adding to it and how to stop
So
adding to the bag.
So yeah, my bad. We lost the call right when we were trying to tell you where we were going from that. But Third just got done wrapping it up, talking exactly about kind of what we've all been talking about behind the scenes, just as far as how we've grown and how each one of us has a different part to play in the final story over everything, right? And kind of how even though we don't talk about this every day, even your mindset as far as how we need to build for our business is one of the major talking points. And all of us, like we've known each other for as a group, probably over 100 years combined. But like each one of us has known each other for like 10, 15 years plus. And still ain't no yes man in the group. But we've always had this mentality of growing. It ain't enough. This is what we gotta do. And now it's just a blessing to see this shit coming through. So that's where we were at.
So, it's crazy because I was thinking about what you said imposter syndrome too, right? I'm thinking about the first thing came to my mind is like, why do I feel like I ain't supposed to be here? Why do I feel like this spot is not where I'm supposed to be?
That
Well, I ain't
part.
supposed to have this. And the thing that popped up for me is Malcolm X,
Mm.
right? He said, who are you? You don't know? Right? And these questions that he was really reflecting, the goal was for people to reflect upon it. He said, where did you get your name from?
Mm.
He said, what was your name before it wasn't Cow, it wasn't Birch. No. I really think about this when Malcolm is really trying to serve as an impetuous for thought for it. It's like we have been in some ways programmed with this imposter syndrome. We programmed it from a very early age. But you're not enough. Shame-based thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Victim mindset. So it's like, I'm glad we're having these conversations about really what a growth mindset is and what's going to be needed for us to take the next step, create a paradigm shift in our thinking.
Facts.
You got to create new belief systems. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's going to be probably what, when I think about it, a key ingredient to really transforming our community, man, and transforming us as a people, bro. Really
Facts.
challenging old guards and thoughts. It's just that revolutionary type thinking. And revolutionary got to be a bad word.
I like that.
Man.
Revolutionary got to be a bad word. Hey, I ain't with televising the revolution, bro.
What's so
Come
crazy?
on, man.
What's crazy is
It will not be televised. It will
Can't
not
be.
be televised.
It can't be because then at that point it's a production, and an actual revolution is never a production. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, and we can't put on a production, and that's what we've been doing too much is putting on a production. We've been pretend parading. You know what I'm saying? We've been out here doing it like, hey, let's go show them that we're mad, but like when you actually mad, it ain't no let's go show them. Like it's from the seaweed of your soul.
it's let's take it.
Yeah.
Something got to change on the inside. When you wake up today and it's a no, you know what I'm saying? If it's fuckery, it's a no, and I ain't going for it in any kind of way.
So
Straight up. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
It's a saying in addiction, right? We talk about rock bottom. And it's like, well, what's my rock bottom? What did that look like for me? What was the point that I stopped digging and hit concrete? And it's not a place. It's not a place. Rock bottom is a choice. Enough is enough. When I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that concept applies not only in addiction, but it should apply in our everyday life. Because we got to start thinking about our thinking. I need to be reflecting upon what it is that I'm doing in the moment. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now. What does that look like? What is the quality of my inner dialogue?
Wait,
So what's crazy?
You gonna get rich when you get out. We starting the church, okay? I don't care what you say.
What's crazy is how close. It's crazy because of how close you are to what we've actually been talking about, and you haven't had enough time to even be on the discussions that we've been having on our end. So it's crazy. Like you were talking about the imposter syndrome, and Naj and I were just talking about on the pod about how we as Black people aren't sure if we're Hebrew Israelites, aren't sure if we're Muslim, aren't sure if we're African, but it can all be true. And I think this is a good point for us to segue into the beliefs as far as Thanksgiving, because you being behind the bars on Thanksgiving, us being here, I think we might all have a different aspect on it. Like I know it's coming up and it's not something I want to, that's a touchy subject, but I want to hear your words while we still have time with you on the phone.
And also too, give us an idea what it's like in there on Thanksgiving, because we might have some young people that's watching the show that we don't want to have to spend their Thanksgivings like that. So like really tell us the real shit, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think the key thing that pops up for me is gratitude. And it's I know it's kind of like a shift from what we've been talking about. But when you're behind these walls, this call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded. And I can stand up and I can stick my arms out to the side, and I can't even stretch my arms out all the way without touching two walls. I'm in a position where I can't eat the cranberry sauce, the honey baked ham and all that. I'm about to go walk the tray line and get a piece of, I don't know what, it might be a pigeon, right? So it's the small things that I've learned and we learn as we're behind these walls. I don't care if you're on a level 4, level 3, if you're on a level 2, getting ready to go home, but you need to appreciate in some ways, what you have and look towards what others may not have. And when you put the things into perspective, then when you say Thanksgiving, I become thankful for what I've been given and what I have the opportunity to give. Because when we can't give the material thing, right, there's an even greater thing that we can give. And this world that we see is revolving for me in a lot of ways around hate. And when hate is in the world, we see a lot of the stuff that we see. When love is in effect, and that's the operating system that is revolving in any type of structure, any type of society, we see the fruits of that. So behind these walls, we make do with what we can make do. And we don't have family coming up to visit us because I've been down 20 years, I ain't had no visit. We become our own version of family. Right. That uplift each other when we're down. We're the ones that watch each other kids. So it's a lot of things, bro. When I think about Thanksgiving, I just really think about a lot of gratitude, man, and having an attitude of gratitude and everything I do. Because I'm the author and the finisher of my book. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to turn my pen over to you, to the man, and to anybody else, and let you start doodling in my book. I'm going to write my own chapters.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
What's up, bro?
Right on.
So heck yeah, man.
That's a
Nah,
prior ass perspective.
you're right. No, bro. It's always good to hear from you any day, any time, and any place. And to everybody who's watching from home, this is one of the brothers who's a big part of each and every one of us, a big part of our lives, and he's gonna be on the show as soon as he gets out. That's gonna be a special. So if you're not tuned in, if you're not liking and sharing and doing what you need to do to help this show grow, and just realizing that we're really out here trying to grow as men, trying to grow as business people, trying to make it like we're all in one way or shape street people with a corporate mindset, products of our environment who understand that we can get better. So if you think of anybody who would like to hear this message, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it to everybody you know, and let's try to make it happen. Again, bro, it's glad to have you on for as long as we got you on, man.
Thank you, family. Hey, look, and too, like, this is important too, man. For our viewers, man, like, really think about this, and for all of us, like, this is the perspective. You hear how positive he is, how focused he is. We've been talking to this man. My bro been down a long time, man, at least
How
15.
long?
And his perspective being every time we talk to him, it's motivational when we talk to him because he coming at us like this. I can't be out here bitching and complaining and mad about life and this kind of stuff and everything. When every time I talk to you in the circumstances that you in, you like focus on this, use your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like move this way. That's just been a guiding force. Like and speaking on like you know, dealing with guilt from surviving stuff and everything. We was out here all doing the same dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And bro ended up being the lesson that everybody learned to get their shit together, which is a crazy sacrifice. And we all wanted to be good homies and be the type that actually got their shit together, bro. So when you come home, you got a network of niggas that's solid out here that actually got their shit together. That wasn't still nigga 15 years past and we the same old niggas. You know what I'm saying? And
Your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That
we
part.
love you. We appreciate you, man. We so thankful for you tuning and tapping in, man, and giving that perspective, man, for everybody to look at. This whole episode is the reason we having people on in this episode is to give people perspectives. Because we could just tell you how we feel, but you know, the people that's been tapping in with us been so good to us. We wanted to give them an opportunity to jump in and share some of what they got. You know what I'm saying? And really keep this energy flowing down, man. For real, man. We really love it. Thank you. Shalom.
For sure. And before I lose you, so you may not know, one of the
Yeah, I
reasons
know.
all this shit goes down is you told me something a few years ago when you were first down, and I said, man, I ain't got time to do that. You told me straight up, you said, time? Nigga, I got nothing but time, and you on the free world, bro. You got time. And ever since then, I ain't never said them words ever again.
Man, that's crazy. I just caught myself saying some shit like that earlier, talking to Fernie and shit. And I'm like, no, let me not say I don't got the time. I haven't created the time.
For real, for real.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't set that time aside and shit. Like, I gotta lock in.
Yeah, I just want to say this because I might lose y'all, man. But I just want to leave a last message for everybody, man. Like it's two power principles in the world, man. And I want to ask y'all, man, do y'all know what it is? What's the two power principles?
Give them to us.
Let that simmer for a minute. But them two power principles is yes and no. It's choice, the power of choice. And that power of choice we got is we either gonna survive or we gonna thrive. So as we move into the closeout of the year, I want to leave y'all with this quote. And it's by Viktor Frankl in The Man's Search for Meaning. He says that everything can be taken from a man, but his last greatest human freedom to choose his attitude in any given set of circumstances. So don't let nobody limit your reality. Remember, you're the author, you're the finisher. Take that pen in your hand and write a masterpiece. And I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, much love, bro. You said that's by Viktor Franklin?
Viktor Frankl.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Hell yeah.
I have 60 seconds remaining.
So yeah. They just told us the
All right,
60s.
y'all. I love y'all, man.
I
Y'all
love you
take
too,
care,
bro.
man.
Love you, family.
Off tops, bro.
Stay dangerous, stay safe, man. We'll see you
Yes,
soon.
sir. Can't wait till you. Yes, sir.
Well done, well spoken, man. Hey, you can't see it, but people is in the comments, man. They loving everything that you came in here and said, bro.
He's gone.
It's all kind of hand
He'll
claps
see it.
and a lot of love, bro.
Yeah, for real. He'll see this. So look, y'all.
Let's see it when he get
As you
home.
know, I think this is a perfect Thanksgiving episode as we're going to have people, well, Thanksgiving episode as we're going to have people jumping in and jumping out. So as you guys may see on your screen, we got the man, the myth, the legend, James, Mindspace, Psychiatry. I don't even know if I read that wrong. You know, I'm kind of dyslexic.
I think you nailed it, right?
Hold on, my bad. I tried to unmute him and mute him at the same. My bad. He was fucking around. But hey, thank you for joining us, man. Tell us a little bit about the journey. Tell us what you're doing here. Tell us the why, the what, the how.
Good morning. Good morning. It's definitely psychiatry. No harm, no foul. I'm gonna just kind of skip why I'm here, brother. I'm here for y'all. Put it that way. And I just want to dive in because I got to dive out real quick. I got somebody to see in a few moments. But I kind of want to touch bases on the whole cognitive dissonance that you guys were talking about and kind of tie it into entrepreneurship. I might have missed this part in the beginning if you guys, whether or not you define cognitive dissonance. And basically, it's a conflict between your beliefs and your behaviors. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to Thanksgiving, we set our beliefs is, you know, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us, but we every Thanksgiving we at the table. That's our behavior. So that's the cognitive dissonance. And then now you have all these other external influences, I should say, that make you kind of question that. Same thing with 4th of July and Juneteenth. But as it ties into entrepreneurship, I got some notes I'll run through with you guys real quick. Is, you know, we always have these beliefs of what we want to do as an entrepreneur. We have this self-concept of entrepreneurs. Example, I'm disciplined, but we procrastinate when it comes to meeting deadlines and actionables. We ain't doing what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my business is gonna be a success, but we ain't, that's a belief, but our behavior is not successful behavior. We doing everything in our power to sabotage our success. And there's two key things I want to introduce to this, and this is ego dystonic and ego syntonic. So what ego dystonic is, when you're faced with something, let's say for instance, you don't like this behavior. You don't like that you procrastinate. You don't like that you're doing stuff to sabotage your success. So this makes you change. Ego dystonia leads to change. Anything that is not in line with your visions is going to lead you to change. Like, you're going to notice it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to work on this. I need to, even if it's, you know what, I'm going to do one task off this long ass task list, excuse my language, this long task list that I've created, that I've been procrastinating on for 6 months, wondering why my business is not growing. So that change is what leads to growth in business. The thing that sabotages us is ego syntonia. And, you know, somewhere I could put in the chat is syntonia. This is where, instead of changing our behaviors, we change our beliefs. So instead of saying, oh, you know what, I want to be successful, you know, I'm not a procrastinator, I'm a visionary. You know what I'm saying? I just sit back and I come up with ideas. I don't need to act on these ideas. And then you kind of get stuck because it doesn't bother your ego. You change the way that you think to fit your current circumstances, and you never grow out of this. And then this ego dissonance, this cognitive dissonance just continues. It's internal conflict. And if you never face it head on, you're going to be stuck in a 40-year war. And I feel like this is the same thing that we deal with as far as like all these holidays that they present us. As soon as they say, hey, you know what, we've been celebrating 4th of July since 1776. And then they just introduced Juneteenth to us, what, a few years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like a national holiday, now you got half the world who doesn't want to celebrate the 4th of July. With what I feel like we fail to realize is, yeah, of course we don't agree with some of the stuff that led to the 4th of July, or say, for instance, what led to Thanksgiving. But I remember vividly childhood, I was the star wide receiver in the Turkey Bowl every year. I wasn't worried about the Indians or the Pilgrims. I was worried about my stats. You know what I mean? So we didn't change our behaviors because we still continue to celebrate Thanksgiving. We just changed our beliefs. We're not celebrating the Indians and the Pilgrims getting together. We're celebrating us as family getting together because sometimes we don't have that throughout the year. We're always busy. We're running around. You know, we got at this point in time, we got kids now. We got jobs. We got all this stuff that keeps us busy, and it's hard to come together as one. And I feel like people forget that. And Thanksgiving has nothing to do with the Indians and Pilgrims at this point in time. Is what are you thankful for? If you can't think of 364 days of things to be thankful for, at least you got one day to sit here and say, hey, I'm thankful for X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And I feel like that's kind of the end of the cognitive dissonance for me, is not accepting what they kind of sent to me. It's just changing the way I think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, this doesn't sit right with me. This is ego dystonic. So instead of changing my beliefs, I'm gonna change my behaviors. I'm gonna behave in a way that I'm not celebrating it in the prototypical cornucopia that disappeared. I'm still trying to find a cornucopia. You know, all this other stuff with Thanksgiving. I'm gonna celebrate it the way we celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick back with my homies. We too old. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can make it down the field no more. But I wear this headset and I'll be the coach at the Turkey Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So just looking into, you know, as far as, you know, entrepreneurship goes, you know what I'm saying? We're always going to have a struggle between our beliefs, our values, and our behaviors. There's always room for growth. And like Thurg said earlier, self-reflection is a tool. You know what I'm saying? If you can look and say, like, you know, all these things are working for me, that's great, because that's ego syntonia. I don't have to change anything. When you look at the stuff that's not working for you, you say, you know what? I'm going to make these changes. That's when you grow. That's when you grow as a person. That's when you grow as an entrepreneur. You gotta, that ego dissonance is your body's natural way of telling you, hey, something needs to change. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't changing, you're not growing.
Man, couldn't
inside of the chat so that we can make it pop up on the screen, so that it's here for when people look at the video again. They can go on here, they can look up the words, they can use it as a tool, because I have not ever been made privy to those terms. But the way that you describe them and explain them, it sounds like it's something that needs to go into my mental lexicon, and I need to lock that into my verbal Rolodex. You know what I'm saying? I need to study that. So if you could at some point drop that in the chat for us, brother, we'd greatly appreciate it. I think
for sure.
Chat with you too.
So a little something I got a little different than that. I think you and I share very similar opinions on the Thanksgiving, and I don't know if that's both of us being Sagittariuses, and that's when we get to see everybody, but we understand, like, yo, 364 days out the year, we care about y'all. On our B days and around Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is when we don't really. But it's good to see y'all. Now I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it's tough for those Christmas babies, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our you either get a birthday or you get Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want? And then they throw Thanksgiving in between to tell you to be thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be thankful.
Yeah.
Look at your siblings that's born in like March.
We got
you know what I'm saying? Those people that's born in March, May, June, they get everything.
And April.
They get all the seasons.
Niggas born in March and April be feeling some type of way. Like, the fuck you mean? We're all here for you. Nah, y'all here for Thanksgiving.
Hey, look,
don't
nobody want to be taking them to your party and shit because they already busy buying gifts for all their kids this time of year and shit. How you this nigga party and I gotta buy gifts for this nigga?
Hey, wait. So okay, there you go. Never mind. I was just gonna ask. So ego syntonia and ego dystonia.
Yes.
Right.
So.
All right.
Perfect. Hey,
just
run
like
those.
When you look at ego dystonia, it kind of rhymes with dissonance. It's the conflict. So this don't sit well with me. In psychiatry, you have like certain things that it'll lead to people to seek help. Usually something that doesn't sit well with their ego is going to lead people to seeking help. Ego syntonia is going to be like your narcissist that's going to sit here and change the whole way. Nah, you know what? You guys are wrong. I don't have to change. So they make it feel good to themselves. And then in business, we sometimes try to, you know, like say like my lack of focus is my power. It's not really a power. That's your ego syntonia saying it's a power. When ego dystonia say this lack of focus is costing me money. Once you realize it's costing you money, then you sit here and work on ways, whether it's going to get self-help books or whatever it takes for you to like increase your focus as an entrepreneur. So then you end up growing. Ego syntonia will keep you stuck in place. Cognitive dissonance is when you make the choice between ego syntonia or ego dystonia. Either you're going to be stuck in place or you're going to grow. So cognitive dissonance is a natural phenomena, and it's either going to lead to growth or stagnation.
Facts.
Right on.
Good shit, bro.
That's some
And
good.
so I got to grow, and I got some people to take care of, man. I wish I could dive deeper into this with you guys.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you guys having me, man.
Nah, off tops, bro. Off tops. It's all love. Like I said, this is our Thanksgiving episode, I guess you could say. But we got another guest. I guess before you shake out, we got Fernie joining live from the chats. Thank you for supporting, bro. Another member of the team jumping on today.
Good looking, James.
Yes, sir.
My bad. My mic was muted. But how you guys doing, man? How's everybody doing?
What's going on, brother?
Everybody well, man. Glad
Yeah.
to have you guys for being here, man. So we wanted to bring Fernie on too to get another perspective, man. We've been talking about, I don't know if you've been tuned in, but we're talking about, Thanksgiving, how people celebrate it, like what it means to you once we found out in the age of information that it wasn't the same thing that we grew up making 5-finger turkey birds too and shit. What keeps you and your people gathering together to keep up this, whole holiday or whole little tradition or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
The made up holiday. Definitely what keeps my family going together is obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan. So we get together and we definitely, that's the number one thing we do around Thanksgiving is we definitely watch around and we see the Cowboys. The Cowboys usually win. But go ahead.
You try to get everybody together so that like when you take that L, you got people to console you.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, I will say the last time we took, I think on Thanksgiving, I think it was one of your guys' to the Raiders, but we got our get back on Monday night. But definitely. So the Thanksgiving holiday, like in the Mexican family, like I'm Mexican American, so I'm not too. I can't consider myself a whitewashed Mexican, so I'm not from Mexico or anything like that. But it was never really big. We were never big on the Thanksgiving tradition as a group as a whole as being Mexican, but we use it as more as a family gathering, as getting together, sharing stories, sharing what's going on in people's lives and what's going on with them and what navigating through them. And not only that, Mexicans, they look at this, and growing up, it was kind of a tradition of everybody getting together and then drinking, like we consider it like a holiday, like so everybody getting together and functioning and having drinks and stuff like that. But as we get older, it's more, the grandparents would always hold it down and make sure everybody was whole as a unit. But as the grandparents passed away, you could kind of see cousins and everybody, they kind of get more distance. And now that me and my immediate family are out of California, we keep our tradition going on, and no matter where we're at in the world, we'll always link up. And so our family tradition is getting a lot smaller just because we're not in California no more. But it's definitely we always did the same, the Americanized food, turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, all the veggies, the pies, the homemade pies and all that. Like, I know a lot of people think like Mexicans doing Thanksgiving, like, oh, they're probably eating some tamales or eating a noodle or something. But yeah, we definitely don't.
Oh, that's Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely Christmas. Yeah, that's Christmas for us. Like, we definitely grew up during Christmas, and we would definitely have tamale making parties and stuff like that. But during Thanksgiving, yeah, we wouldn't really do that. But you talk to a real Mexican like family, like coming from Mexico, they usually do the tamale route. Like, are they dudes? There's some would appreciate, they're in the States and they do try to take on the American tradition, but how you guys say, like, to me, I feel like the holiday, it's not what we were raised on. It's not what we were taught in school. A lot of the stuff what they taught us in school was a lot different than what panned out to truly be real. So, but we definitely just keep the tradition. It's not like we're celebrating like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving, but it's more just getting together and the camaraderie of the family and
Okay.
everybody talking the stories and all that good stuff. You know, just catching up with the cousins and growing up, it was always something to look forward to. You know, we did our turkey bowls. Like we would meet up and at the park we would do our turkey bowls. You know, obviously we got a lot older. We couldn't recover the way we recovered, and everybody kind of parted ways with that. But that was also a big tradition. That was also because football is a American tradition of Thanksgiving, and then God's team, the Cowboys, was always playing on it. So
Okay, guys, we're wrapping up the show now.
the hole in the stadium was for no reason.
Like you had to take
But
it in.
yeah, I had to say, well, that's what we grew up. I was brainwashed into this Cowboys. Like I didn't choose it. My dad brainwashed me and said I was born in a Cowboys onesie. So like I didn't have a choice from it, but it's just from me being a child, I just always remembered we would always gather around the TV, watch the Lions play the morning game, and then the Cowboys were always the afternoon game. So that was always big. And now they do the basketball now on it. You see some college football games on it now. So it's starting to gravitate into the other sports leagues. But definitely, it's always, you cannot, even if you don't like the Cowboys, you don't like the Lions, but it was always tradition, So you guys gather around the TV hoping the Cowboys lose. I'm gathering around like if they do lose, how bad is the party going to turn into? Are we going to ship people out of the house? Like, all right, the party's over. Like everybody needs to go home. Like, we'll see you guys next year. Like,
Hey,
but
you got
like,
halftime to get some more drink real quick for the store close. If they
yeah,
don't,
pretty much, and that's always a big thing. Seeing the performances and all that, like the halftime shows, and Jerry's role always turned into something bigger than it had to be. But other besides that, like it's just a family tradition, man. Like just getting together with your people and just catching up on with cousins, catching up with aunts and uncles. Everybody always got some wild uncle, got some wild aunt, like the wild
yeah.
cousins, like. So,
Hey, we
everybody always has that.
wild uncles and cousins and shit now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We're at that age. We're the older people now. Like we definitely are. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but not and
Fernie
I love go ahead.
I said the little kids out there like Uncle Fernie, that's his fourth beer.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't drink no more, so I don't drink no more. I quit drinking a few years back, but definitely when I did drink, I would definitely be the one showing up with the bottles and stuff like that, like trying to bring the party to Thanksgiving, like if it was the
Right,
club or something, like
right.
I don't know
yeah,
how we all feel about this. We just had you on the show talking about the biggest cognitive dissonance as the Cowboys and Raiders fans. We the most loyal fans ever. Don't make Cowboys and Raiders together. Now you know you in trouble, dog.
yeah, definitely. That's where
Dissonance
that
right there.
that would be the biggest united gang like across the world. It really would.
Facts.
And I love what you guys are doing with this pod, man. You guys are talking about all different avenues and stuff. You guys are doing some great things right here. You guys are bringing back a lot of memories from, we grew up with a lot of us grew up with you guys, and we don't get to see a lot of each other no more, but seeing you guys on this pod, like you guys are doing great. You guys are holding this down, and it's good to tune in and to see what you guys got going on in your lives and everything, and just the most blessings to you guys, and I just hope it flourishes into what you guys wanted to flourish it into.
No, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Right
it,
on.
we got all of you guys coming on today. Like this is like the vision is bigger than just any one of us, right? Like you're gonna be involved in so many of the stories. So having you on the channel, like you could think of some stories that we could bring you in on right now, and your eyes are gonna fucking change. Like, oh shit! I hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Those stories might be for a different time. You know what I mean? I don't know if the people are ready to hear those, Timbo.
No, not yet. But this is a lot, bro. The vision is a lot bigger than just this part right now, and it's more or less, like, we have a lot of talented homeboys, like, amongst us, and a big talent of group of friends who all do their own thing, and it's to highlight that. Like, everybody else is doing it. They got these people who have been, like, the politicians are doing it. Like we started this from, right? They're only bringing in their homeboys, their nieces and nephews, their nepotism. Hell, all the better people on the screen right now are all Lakers fans. And I don't know how y'all feel about Bronny being there, but that's nepotism for coming to the greatest team. Like, LeBron is arguably one of the greatest players. He's not my GOAT, but he got his son a role on the team. So I don't like it, but it is what it is. And so we want to do something like that. Like, we're all going to grow together.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm tired of the LeBron phase. I wish he would just pack up and leave the gym.
Can you say
Like,
that louder for the people in the back one more time?
I grew up on Kobe. Jordan was never my GOAT either. Kobe was my GOAT. So I grew up on Kobe. He was my time frame, and I'm not a LeBron fan. I never been. I just thought he was powerful and could drive to the hole and dunk. His jump shot's ugly. He's ugly. Like, everything about him's ugly. But I just wish he would. I hope with the new ownership with the Lakers, I hope they end up pushing him out and they just let the rings go to Luka now. But yeah, I didn't appreciate the whole LeBron thing either. But hey, he had that power to get his son in. Who wouldn't put their son on? You know what I mean? Like, anybody would. So you can't knock him for that. Like, if he had the opportunity, but so be it. His son's making money in the G League, and that's great. But I just wish, I felt like he tarnished the Lakers like image, like when he came over.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Lakers never had much to start with, and no, I'm just playing. Like, I ain't trying to take right now.
That's
real,
coming from a Clippers fan.
a real one. Nah, but like, I appreciate you coming on, bro, giving your perspective and sharing, man. That's what we wanted to do with everybody. We didn't want to take our time and just share ours. You know, we wanted to get back, let people come on and you know, share theirs and everything, you know. So we appreciate you for coming on, bro. And like Tim said, man, we'll definitely have you back, you know what I'm saying, again in the future, bro. Don't be a stranger.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. When you guys are down that conversation of growth and about the wrongdoings we did in the past and how you got out of those areas, I would appreciate that conversation and you give that platform because, like I said, Timo, they're not ready for it yet, but you know, but eventually we got to speak our truth, and you know, we got to let the younger generation know that ain't the route that what's always to be chosen, that there's more to life than the route, like living in the streets and doing all that stuff. So, you know, like, and just let our people know that there's more out there. There's more growth out there than just settling with certain situations people settled on.
That part.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Definitely appreciate you guys. I hope you guys all have a blessed Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys enjoy those moments with your family. As we get older, those moments are going to window down, and tomorrow isn't promised. So cherish those moments, guys. Always cherish them.
Thank you.
Right on you too, bro.
All right, then, bro.
All right.
Until next time, man. We love you, bro.
Definitely. All right, we love you too, man. Definitely. I love what you guys are doing. Love all three of you guys. Marcus too. I know he's missing, but definitely. All right, man. You guys have a good one.
You too, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace, man. Later.
Shalom.
Hell yeah. So there y'all go. Now, since we're wrapping up the Thanksgiving topics and everything, I believe Caliber, you had mentioned something about the start of, you were third, I don't remember who it was, mentioned something about the start of Thanksgiving. One of y'all want to tackle that?
I think we had both kind of looked up some stats on, like, you know, because we was all kind of curious, like, about, like, you know, how long has this actually been, like, a tradition that people actually been keeping? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, for people that don't know, Christmas is kind of new. That shit really didn't crack until, like, the 1940s. You know what I'm saying? And but Thanksgiving has been around, from what I looked up, a little bit longer in different ways. I don't know if it was as nationally, you know, accepted and branded as it is now, but in different forms and whatnot, it's been around since the 1700s. And then what was it, like 1863 Caliber?
No, it was like 16 something. when it
Well, I mean,
first started.
when Lincoln made it a thing, was it 1863? I
Oh
think.
yeah,
I thought I
um,
saw. I'm trying to find my notes right now.
yeah, I had it too, but I
Here we go,
lost it.
right here. Yeah, it was October 3rd, 1860.
18. Yep.
Yeah, that's when it was, annual.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
Abraham Lincoln declared it a national holiday.
yeah, and it became a federal holiday in 1870, and the date got fixed by law as always being the fourth Thursday in October 6, 1941, and it was effective 42. And early Black Americans started messing around with it as early as the late 1800s. You know what I'm saying? So we do have generations of messing around with it as early as the late 1800s. It started off as more of a religious thing, church gathering, getting together, kind of thing like that. And it wasn't just like one family; it was like the whole Black community felt like a family during those times, and it'd be everybody together in the one safe place that they had, which was the church. And that's why we've connected God to it so much, and that's why I believe like no matter what the root of it was or whatever, a lot of us struggle to let go of it because of the fact that like we've not only connected family ties and good times to it, but we've also put this spiritual element into it as well. And that's why a lot of us won't walk away from it. And we found different kinds of reasons for it to be like, hey, look, like you said, we just, we do it because of this reason. We found our own reason, to put to it and made it our own. So we kind of inwarded it, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, for real though,
So,
man.
so
Go
I
ahead.
know a lot of people don't like celebrating Thanksgiving because they look at it as, oh, it's the Pilgrims, it's the Indians, it's all that stuff that happened back in the day. But I'm one of the few who looks at it as I don't know if it's the gardener in me
Mm-hmm.
that looks at it as this is a harvest fest. Most of the fruits and vegetables that we produce, right? The sweet potato, basically everything on our Thanksgiving list, right? So the sweet potatoes, the turkeys got fat. Everything got fat and in abundance right around the fall. So that's the time that everybody used to get together from all corners of wherever country they were in to bring their foods. And that's been going on since prehistoric times. So, yes, I think that America wrapped up Thanksgiving in something that was already going on, but it's been happening since the beginning of history. That's my hot take.
Yeah,
It's almost like human nature to have an autumn or harvest gathering.
Bingo.
Okay, go ahead, Caliber. Okay, I get it.
I mean, I could feel that. I think it's more of still just the family ties to it, like you were saying. Third, the fact that we associate this with family. A lot of people that I talk to always um, talk about how the gathering of everybody. You know what I'm saying? People that you haven't seen in a while, people that you have seen, or hey, y'all coming to grandma's house, and you know how it is. We just tie it with family. That's it. Harvesting, yeah, I get that. As far as the fall being the harvest time, but I think even then, when we talked about last week about the foods that we eat, still like turkey is a year round thing. Why don't we, eat turkey in the springtime? Why don't we, um, you know, why do we have to have these particular things at this time? I mean, greens is a healthy option. You should always have your greens, but we make these dishes and these things all because of the family coming over, right? So that's how I just link it. I just link it as just the family thing. That's what I think about it.
First
So,
off, I had a turkey sandwich about 16 times during the years. Oh,
but you didn't have an actual, but you didn't actually cook that turkey though, did you?
no, I
Did you
didn't.
have,
I get
yeah,
your point.
right. So, but that's all I'm just saying is just that the whole making of the turkey, making of the ham, making of the roast beef. I think that's more Christmas, but still, some people do that too as well. Um, just the making of all this stuff, it just plays into American the American dynamic of, oh, we're getting everybody together, and then what Fernie was saying, oh, we watch football. You know, football is an American sport, so that brings everybody together too, right? So we could talk trash about each other's teams and all this stuff, but keep our mind off of what's really going on, because all this spending that's going on too, right?
Hmm.
All this stuff at the end of the year is making you is you're spending more money now. There's a lot of people that have more than enough. That's the whole thing, right? You want to have more than enough. But for the people that make it hard, now you're making them feel bad because there's a lot of people out here that's struggling, and it was even struggling back then, you
Mm.
know. But still, though, a lot of people, you're making people feel bad about certain things. Oh, we don't have this for the Christmas, or we don't have this for Thanksgiving. It's just all bad. I don't know. I just look at it. I look at it like that.
The commercialization is kind of what we touching on, and the
Yeah,
pressure from capitalism and commercialization is another
exactly.
aspect that we didn't really get into. We also didn't get into like we also all kind of talked as the person that shows up to Thanksgiving dinner. We didn't get to go into like the mind state of the person who's under the pressure of creating it and what they have to go through, right? Because like wasn't it always like real tense in that motherfucking kitchen? Like you tried to
Yeah,
walk into the kitchen,
Hell yeah.
get out of here. Everything was like on eggshells in that kitchen. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm really curious about like the mind state of what the women that have to prepare it have to go through. Like, why are they in such a frenzy over what it has to look like, what it has to taste like? This is a big judgment to lay out in front of a large group of people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over there looking at your fried green beans and ain't nobody went over there and touched them. Don't nobody.
That's because you can't cook, Auntie.
Ah,
That's getting nasty.
ain't
You know
nobody gonna touch the cranberry sauce.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
hey, that shit hurts you.
yeah,
Like, it's a lot of that kind of stuff of materialistic type stuff. Because we all talk about, like, it's just about the family. It's just about the family. But it's a lot of other different, like, dichotomies out here of mental stuff that's also happening during this time period. You know, we didn't even get to touch into, like, the fact that the whole idea that there's a who all gonna be there. And we all know what it means when a nigga say who all gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
people
that
that
whole.
you mess with and people that you don't mess with.
So we
You know what
used
I'm
to show
saying?
up despite of who all was gonna be there.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, we was gonna come and we was gonna show up. But the whole who all gonna be there thing has really fractured shit. So
yeah,
where it's like, nah, so and so gonna be there, I ain't showing. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And like that just wasn't cool back in the day. You was gonna just come and sit on that side and don't say shit to Woochie Woo. But then they gonna say something to me. Well, when they say something to you, then you say something to them. But that's gonna be after be everybody done already prayed and gave thanks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you used to set it off in this motherfucker. And guess what? And I'm gonna come see you again at the next family reunion and at this and that and everything. And niggas used to know how to have, you know, civil disagreements. And nowadays, shit is so polarizing. We didn't even get to go into the fact of like how you used to be able to sit down at the table and discuss whatever. And if we disagreed, we talked about it for a little bit, and then it went on to the next topic. But nowadays, everything is so polarizing that like motherfuckers is creating fractures in the family by just going to Thanksgiving and shit like that. Like, you know how bad it was during the pandemic, where if you felt like this about the jab and you felt like that about the jab, like niggas was hosting separate family come togethers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like jab
Yeah.
only invites for the fucking
No, but you're right though. You're right. You're not lying. You're not
Hey,
lying about that. You know what I mean? Because that separated a lot of people. The fact that, oh, you didn't wait. What was it? Oh, you didn't get your COVID.
hmm.
Uh uh. You know what
Or
I'm
go
saying?
sit over at
Straight
the
like
crib
that.
and shit, everything.
So
Stay away from Big Mama and shit.
you know, for real though, you need to stay away from my mama because she, you know what I mean. You gonna give her COVID, and I ain't trying to have my mama die and all this, woo, woo,
Yeah,
woo, all this stuff.
yeah.
It's a
Whole time
whole big thing. It's a
it
whole
got
big
ugly.
thing.
It got ugly.
No, you right about that. So,
So yeah, man, it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. It's complicated.
but what's jacked up though? But what's jacked up is that 5 years later from now, right? It's not even really a thing anymore.
Hmm.
You know, it was like, I mean, we done lost some people. We lost a lot
Yeah,
of people,
yeah,
but now it's not even, did you get your
yeah.
COVID vaccine?
Don't even care.
Are you vaccinated? No, it's
Yeah,
not that. You
yeah.
know,
3
it's,
masks ain't even tripping.
it ain't nobody even worried about that no more. So
Yeah,
we've been lied to as Americans. We've been lied to as people. What you gonna do about it? Now,
make it better for
are,
you.
yeah, right. Make it better for your people. So whatever.
We're gonna orca mentality, and we're gonna work together and tell each other how to beat the system as best we can, bro. That's what we're gonna do about it, you know. But yeah, man, Tim, if you talking right now, your shit is you over here with the Malcolm X hands, nigga, with your shit.
Nah, what I was saying is, I think it's a good time to wrap it up. I mean, it's a
Yes,
little
sir.
longer than we normally take the podcast. As you guys see below, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow us on all social media platforms. Share this with somebody who you know will get something out of this.
Facts.
That's my
Hey,
rant.
I want to thank everybody for coming on, man. James, you know what I'm saying? He came through and laid it down, though, talking
Man,
about everything on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? That was great. Fernie, man, thank you for coming through. You know what I mean? Speaking on your behalf on everything and how you feel. And then Q, you know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, me and Q had a little, you know what I'm saying, a little riff back in the day. But, you know what I'm saying, it's still all love. That's part of that. Who gonna be all there? You know what I'm saying? You
right.
know, who gonna be all there? As a
Real.
fan, you know what I'm saying? I'm on one side, he on one side, but it's still all love though at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
real.
For real, for real. So but yeah, shout out to Q, man, for dropping his knowledge, you know what I mean? And when he get out, man, it's gonna be all love, nothing but daps and hugs. You know what I'm saying? Shoulder love, man. It's all love. So but again, thanks for everybody for coming on. Thanks for everybody for listening to us, man. It's been I know we're a little long winded, but hey, I think this is a great episode. So thank y'all.
I'm just laughing as they said, hey, you can't come to my Thanksgiving if you're liberal. I'm tired of this guy. I'm so sick of this.
He always gotta say something. We should have had him on though, for real.
Yeah, for real. We gotta have that nigga shit talking ass on, bro. For real.
I don't know when and I don't know where, but somehow he'll be on. And I'm
Definitely.
not ready for that.
Some ideas. We'll talk about it in the pregame right now. Hey,
Yeah.
try. Appreciate y'all.
Next
Thank
time.
you, everybody that tapped in. Let's hurry up and go on live for this wild man. Say something else.